We love Pigeon Forge. There's just something so magical about it. So much so that I forget about the horrendous traffic. I long to go back. Welcome back, you guys. If you're new here, my name is Leanne. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and my videos are all about RV travel and making my home in an RV on the road. If that type of content interests you, you know what to do. I'm going to show you guys the absolute best RV park to stay at in Pigeon Forge. There's a ton of RV parks. I mean, you shouldn't have any problem finding a place. The Ridge is really nice, and I've heard that Margaritaville is also very nice. But the one I'm going to tell you about takes the cake. So I'll get to that in just a minute, but first I want to talk about Pigeon Forge a little bit. We spent about 3 months there from mid-August to mid-November. Beautiful time of year, by the way. Fall, of course, the colors are changing. It's just gorgeous. The weather's great. So we had a lot of time to check out a lot of stuff. When we go to places, we like to check out the things that the locals like to do. So we did a little bit of that, but we did do some of the touristy stuff. I don't think you can go to Pigeon Forge and not do some of the touristy stuff. It's just part of it, and you should really just embrace it. We did go to a show. We went to the Pirates Voyage. It was so cool. The food was pretty good. You know, I mean, pirates and stuff just jumping around and diving into water is just, it was a lot of fun. So I highly recommend that one. If you're going to go to a show, don't fall for the stuff to get free tickets or lower price tickets. And you'll see what I mean when you go to the grocery store or go anywhere. There's somebody trying to reel you in to listen to a spiel so that you can get discounted tickets. We did it, and the sales tactics are high pressure and super annoying. It was not worth it. I would have rather just paid full price for the show and just enjoyed our time. That's a pro tip. So fall and Christmas time are it's just the best time of year. I swear, I love it. They put all their Christmas decorations out early November. One of our other favorite things to do is to check out local restaurants. And, you know, there's always big chains and more touristy type restaurants, but we like to try to seek out what the locals like. And I found a really good Mexican restaurant. We went to Sunliner Diner, which is a very popular restaurant, but it's really cool. They have like old cars that you can sit in, and it's very like 1950s. It's really fun and great food. And the prices weren't too bad either. There's 2 restaurants that we really wanted to try when we were there. One of them is the Local Goat. That place, every time we passed by it, it was always packed, and we didn't get the chance to go, but I would say probably try that out. It has great reviews on Google. Another really great restaurant that we were told that was really good and never got the chance to go to is the Old Mill restaurant. But my favorite restaurant that we went to was Toleda's. It's a Mexican food restaurant. They have a little store, like a little grocery store with all kinds of like Mexican foods in it, candies and different stuff that you won't see in the regular grocery store. It's literally probably the best Mexican food I think I've ever had in my life. The street tacos, delicious. Okay, so this is what we got. I got some tacos, street tacos. Oh, this is terrible. Let me take it out of the bag. Some street tacos, and then I got some homemade, the corn tortillas. Oh my gosh. They are the best. That's what the street tacos are made out of. I'll show you guys that in a minute. They make everything fresh. Green salsa. Oh, it's so, so good. Yeah. So, okay, now I'll show you the tacos. They package this up really nice. And these are nice and warm still. Oh, it smells so good. And I got the spicy pork. I have tried their... See, look at that. Look at those tortillas. Oh, my gosh.
Wow,
oh, it smells so good.
Really good.
I got the spicy pork. I've tried the regular pork and the chorizo, and I like spicy pork the best, but they're all delicious. So if you're ever in Pigeon Forge, you got to give this place a try. I put my green sauce on there. I'm going to take this one in the middle. Cheers. It's so good. Yeah, it's delicious. Just go. We went inside the little grocery store because I wanted to check it out and just see what kind of stuff they had. And we picked up some, what are those things called? The buns? The Mexican sweetbread? And then I picked up some concha bread in their little shop, in their little store. We ate at a barbecue place. It was actually a food truck in Camp Verde, Arizona, and they used concha bread as the buns for some barbecue sandwiches, and they were so good. They were good, right? Do you remember?
Yeah, they were. I remember like going there.
They were so good, huh? We ate there a couple times. The name of the food truck was Old Crow. Barbecue, delicious. I couldn't believe it when I saw a barbecue sandwich made on concha bread, and I was like, oh my God. So we did a copycat, delicious. The whole area is just amazing. There's Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, and then Gatlinburg, and they kind of just go all together, really. Sevierville is just a sweet little town. Dolly Parton was born there, by the way, and I think she has a house there still, but I don't know. That was kind of a rumor, but I've also heard, actually shopping at Walmart, I heard from one of the workers told me that once in a while she'll come in there and just like normal, no makeup on or anything. And Smoky Mountain National Park is right there. So that's something you don't want to miss. They have great hikes. Cades Cove is just like a drive that you can go through that's very nice. It's free to get in, by the way, but I guess they have some new fees. I just found this out. Some parking fees, I guess, just to help maintain the park. But Tennessee does a fabulous job at maintaining their parks. It's free to get into any of their state parks, and they're always super clean and very well maintained. I love Tennessee. I love Pigeon Forge. There's some amazing hikes too. We never got the chance to do them. 3 months, you would have thought we would have done a lot more, but whatever. And there's also Dollywood, of course, the giant amusement park that Dolly put together. The island is a really cool place. There's a bunch of shops. There's like a big fountain in the middle that they do shows, and it's just a neat place. It's free. There's just a bunch of shopping, tons of food, lots of restaurants. It's always like a hop in place. And we went trick-or-treating there. And then of course Gatlinburg. Gatlinburg has the aquarium. Ripley's, believe it or not, aquarium is so nice. And they have a really great discount for veterans, by the way. I'm pretty sure it's 40%. I want to say 40%, but it might have been 30. I just know it's one of the best veteran discounts I've ever gotten. Besides SeaWorld. SeaWorld does really good for veterans. And really the whole area. Pigeon Forge, Sevierville, Gatlinburg, they are very appreciative of veterans and military. So, take advantage of all that. They're just loving on you by giving you the discounts, so eat it up. The shops in Gatlinburg, like on the main road, I really didn't like them. They were very touristy and a lot of just all the same stuff. And it kind of like chintzy kind of junk, really. And like I said, every store was kind of the same, but there were some shops, the village shops. Those were really cool. And it's kind of like a European feel in there. It's like a miniature kind of old European town. It's really cool. And the shops in there are all, really artistic, and you can find lots of different type stuff, not all the touristy stuff. And then fishing, Douglas Reservoir, beautiful reservoir. It's not real busy all the time. We did some fishing and caught some fish there. So the park we stayed at was Pigeon Forge Landing RV Resort. There's no shortage of RV parks in Pigeon Forge, like I said. But this one, it's the best, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, location, location, location. It's literally the perfect location. A lot of the other ones are kind of just too far away from all the stuff, which maybe that might be what you like, but we loved that it was kind of right there in the middle. It's on Apple Valley Road, right across from the Apple Barn, which is a really neat place. There's some shops in there. There's a restaurant that serves like country time food. There's a winery. You can get apple cider, what were those things? Fried apple pies, delicious. There's a Walgreens on the corner, which was nice because the traffic can be really bad, and maybe you just need something like mayonnaise or something, you can just run to the corner. There's a trolley stop within walking distance, more than one trolley stop. There was a bunch in the Apple Barn area, and then one on the corner across the street from Walgreens. Which is nice because you can just hop on. You can go all the way up to Gatlinburg, which I highly recommend because finding parking in Gatlinburg if you want to go do the shops or go to the aquarium. The trolley is really nice. I think it's $3 to ride the entire day per person, and you just get on and off and go all over the place. And then just not having to deal with the traffic. It's nice to just sit there and kind of look at stuff instead of having to drive through all the traffic. So that's what we did when we went to the aquarium. We just caught the trolley right there on the corner. Or actually, I think we caught it at Apple Barn, because that's just right across the street from Pigeon Forge Landing. Okay, they drop you off right before the town starts, and then you can just get out and walk through the whole entire town. A pro tip, by the way, if you want to avoid the traffic, have your groceries delivered to you. Walmart was great about delivering. If you just go on the Walmart app, you can have your groceries delivered to you. That was amazing, because it can be incredibly time consuming because it is stop and go, especially depending on what time of day you go. So take advantage of Walmart delivery or even Walmart pickup. A lot of times I would just do a Walmart order, and Jeff on his way home from work would just pick it up and on his way home. So, and they were really good there. They always did really great shopping for all the things that I needed. So, oh, and by the way, Pigeon Forge is a great place to DoorDash. If you're a DoorDasher, you can make some good money there. And all the restaurants are very Dasher friendly. They got systems because people do DoorDash all the time there. We also liked being right there because my older daughter was able to get a job and work and save some money at, let's see, she worked at the leather shop. The only negative I could say about the location is that it's right behind the Titanic Museum. And there's music that plays all day long. It's not bad. It's just can be a little, it's a little annoying at first, but you get used to it. But if you get a site maybe on the other side of the park, it's not as loud. But our spot was actually right behind the Titanic, and we heard the music play all day long. Pigeon Forge Landing is fairly new. When we were there, it was only about a year old, so I think it's about 2 years old now. It's nice and clean, nice laundry facility. They have a workout room, they have a conference room, everything very clean. A nice little shop where you can get a few little things. They have ice cream and some drinks. Like I said, they kept it really clean. It's landscaped very well. They take really good care of the grounds. The pool, excellent. Love the pool. Very nice, big, tons of space, tons of seating, umbrellas on every table. The jacuzzi, very nice. Always super hot. They have 2 dog parks, one that's not fenced in and then one that was fenced in. And then there's also a gazebo with some picnic tables. Super nice, and tons of trees around. There's a view of the mountains. It's a beautiful park. They have a small playground. There was lots of kids in this park, so if you have kids, take your kids there because there's tons of kids there. One of my favorite things about this place is that the Little Pigeon River goes all the way around the whole park. It's about 3/4 of the way it goes around the park. And then there's a walking trail that goes right along the river. There's access so you can go down there and fish. We caught some fish out of there, a few bass. Oh, also I found some pawpaw down there. This is seriously gross. I'm not eating pawpaw. How can you keep eating that? That is seriously disgusting.
It's not bad.
No, it's bad. It tastes like a sour rag. If you've never had pawpaw, some people love it. And I don't know if I got a bad one or whatever, but I didn't care for it. Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool just walking down there and seeing some pawpaw, and I was like, oh my gosh, because I had always wanted to try it. The river is really nice. It's perfectly clear. We took our paddle boards down it too, which was really fun. It was kind of low, so it was kind of rapidy, and some parts I got a little scared because I didn't want to fall over, but Jeff one time fell over, which was kind of hilarious. It was really fun, and you can put in the water right there at kind of by the entrance across from that dog park that has the fence. You can go in the water right there and just float. You can actually go upstream some, but you can just float all the way down and it goes around the whole park. And then you can get off on right across the street from the apple barn. There's a nice grassy kind of hill area where you can get off. If you just park in the apple barn parking lot, you can go right across the street and you don't have to like have someone pick you up or anything. It takes about 30 minutes to do that whole thing. So it's a short little ride, but it was fun and it was beautiful because the leaves were changing and it was really nice. The water was a little cold, but it was beautiful. The prices were pretty good. I mean, we stayed there, let's see, for 3 months and we got the monthly rate. It was $900 a month, which I didn't think was bad at all. And that's for full hookups. That's everything. Their prices may have changed, so I'll look that up and I'll put those on the screen. They do not have their rates posted on the website, so I called and the prices have increased significantly, which is disappointing, but you know, it kind of comes with the territory these days. It's $91 per night. The weekly rate is $84 per night, and monthly rates range from $1,100 to $2,000, depending on the site and the time of year. There's no Good Sam discount or a military discount, but that said, I still love Pigeon Forge Landing and I will be back. You can save some money if you have a Thousand Trails membership or have the Thousand Trails annual camping pass. This is not sponsored. We have the annual pass and it saves a ton, so I'll leave a link in the description for more information on the annual pass. It costs less than the price for 1 week here, so 1 week stay more than pays for itself. It's also now part of Thousand Trails, which is new. That just happened. It wasn't Thousand Trails when we were there a little less than a year ago. Well, last fall. So I don't know when that happened, but if you have the annual camping pass, you can camp there for 2 weeks free. So last but not least, the sites at Pigeon Forge Landing are huge. We had tons of room. We had our RV, which is 42 foot, and we had, of course, our truck and then the Jeep and our boat. So all that fit there except for the Jeep. We had to park the Jeep in a different spot, but they had plenty of parking and they allowed us to do that. Things might have changed now, but so there was plenty of room for all of our stuff, and we weren't right next to people. It's paved. All of the sites are concrete, and then it's paved all through the park, which is very nice. Just to give you guys some perspective, we drove through some of the other RV parks in the area and got some footage of just how small the sites were. A couple of the parks had sites that were back to back with not much in between. It just made me appreciate the giant sites at Pigeon Forge Landing even more. So right here in this footage, you can see that building right there and then like some construction stuff. That's a new distillery, which I found out later after we left that was going to be a distillery. We didn't know what it was going to be because they were just starting the building. So that's kind of cool because it's right there. You don't have to go anywhere. But even if you wanted to check out some of the distilleries and do some tastings, a lot of them have free tastings, or you can pay $5 and get to sample like a bunch of the moonshine. There's a ton of distilleries in town though. We went to the one in Gatlinburg and we did a tasting there. I didn't care for that place because I just felt like it tasted like cough syrup. The one down at the mill, I really liked that place. And it was just kind of cool with all the kind of country feel to it. I just think it had the best moonshine that we tried. There are no liquor stores in Pigeon Forge. It's only distilleries and they only have moonshine. But there is a liquor store in Gatlinburg, right on the edge of Gatlinburg. So if you want just regular liquor, that's where you have to go. Here's another pro tip for you. When you're coming in and you turn on Apple Valley Road, that's the road that takes you to Pigeon Forge Landing. Well, it comes to a fork and Google will kind of mess you up here and it won't tell you to turn because it just goes into a fork. We made the mistake of going the wrong way. We went down this road, we went all the way, and it told us to turn into this other RV park, which was like a motor coach place. And we turn in there and we realized when looking at the GPS on Google that it messed us up. So luckily, there was no place to turn around, but luckily we were able to get a hold of somebody and they let us in and we were able to kind of go around. So don't make that mistake. Right here where it forks, you want to go that way. That's the right way. And they don't have a sign because I guess it had something to do with the county, I think. They were kind of struggling with the county to have a sign put up there. So, Pigeon Forge Landing, best RV resort in Pigeon Forge, in my opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.